In times of unemployment and inactivity, thousands of vices are committed and deadly germs are ignored. Therefore, action is a message for living people, but idle ones are too inactive to react. If our present world is a time to sow the seeds for the next greater life, time wasters are bound to end up as losers in the hereafter. Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, warned people not to disregard the greatest blessings granted by Allah to them, such as good health and time, when he said, there are two blessings which many people lose. They are health and free time for doing good. There are many healthy people who have plenty of free time, yet still struggle in their lives with no activities to occupy their time nor objectives. Is that for this reason people were created? Allah said, did you suppose that we created you for amusement and that you would not return to us?
أفحسبتم أنما خلقناكم عبثا وأنكم إلينا لا ترجعون.
Life was created in truth, likewise the earth and the sky and everything between them. So man in this world has to discover and acknowledge this truth and live by it. But he chooses to submit to his own narrow-minded desires and remain in their boundaries, distancing himself from everything else. So he has chosen a miserable resting place, both in his present and future life. Al-Shafi'i made a great statement with regards to the basis of education. If you do not occupy yourself with truth, itself will occupy you with falsehood. This is true because the self doesn't rest. If it's not extremely busy with projects of benevolence, jihad and organized activities, it's likely to be taken over by the corrupt ideas, which would trap it up in circles of lies and deception. The best thing to safeguard in the life of a man is to have a plan to use his time wisely, leaving no chance for the devil to tempt him. The distribution of Islamic duties is based upon this truth, that is not to leave any gaps for the self to be filled with falsehood. Dale Carnegie explains this fact, saying most of us have little trouble losing ourselves in actions while we have our noses to the grindstone and are doing our day's work. But the hours after work, they are the dangerous ones, just when we are free to enjoy our own leisure and ought to be the happiest. That is when the blue devils of worry attack us. That is when we begin to wonder whether we are getting anywhere in life, whether we are in a rut, whether the boss meant anything by that remark he made today. When we are not busy, our minds tend to become a near vacuum. So the best means in these situations is to develop firm policies for a lasting structure. The only remedy for worry is to become completely occupied doing something constructive. And I believe that society would be able to rid itself of many vices once it controls its free time for their own benefit. Therefore, there would be no time to waste and no chance for worry to take over one's mind. The most approved and encouraged systems are the ones which adhere to this truth and organize themselves around it. The majority of Islam's regulations focus on the struggle against oneself, jihad against one's carnal desires, and against people by not submitting to their tyrannies, preventing the corruption of the faith, and reforming all areas of their lives. Both ways of struggle consume every moment of one's life and leave no room for futility, dismay, or carelessness. Dale Carnegie asks, why does such a simple thing as keeping busy help to drive out anxiety? Because of a law, one of the most fundamental laws ever revealed by psychology, and that law is that it's impossible for any human mind, no matter how brilliant, to think of more than one thing at any given time. This is true and related to the statement of Allah. Allah has not allotted to any man two hearts within his breasts. The fact that you are enabled to imagine two things at the same time, likewise, you are unable to gather two opposite feelings, It's not in our ability to feel excited about certain activity and feel worried about it at the same time. One of the feelings will dispel the other. This disgraceful waste of valuable time is followed by an unlimited number of calamities upon political, social, and mental conditions. Certainly, whole nations can drop in Allah's estimation. Prophet said in a hadith, "Verily Allah loves a believer who is active."